Good morning, friends. A warm welcome to our channel Vishal Bharti. Today we are going to discuss our one of the topic a structure of Indian economy, which is the syllabus of Indian Economics paper 2 of semester 2. This topic is also helpful in semester 5. In the unit of a structure of Indian economy, there are three subtopics that we have to study. First one is the basic features of Indian economy, or we can say characteristics of Indian economy. Second subtopic is natural resources and the resources available in that country and their contribution to an economy. That means how the resources that is available in any country contribute to their economic growth. Third subtopic is the demographic features such as population, size of the country's economy, overpopulation, population policy, a structure, and how these factors are responsible and affect the country's economic growth. Before moving on the first subtopic, that is characteristics of Indian economy, first we discuss what does a structure of economy means. A structure of economy refers to the sectoral contribution in an economy or the contribution of different sectors in country's economic growth which determine the change in the balance of output level, trade cycle and employment level. Here the different sectors are primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector, which is also called quaternary sector, where primary sectors include agriculture, secondary sector include manufacturing, and the third one quaternary sector or tertiary sector includes services, which is commonly known as the service sector. These all factors are responsible for determining the level of employment and their distribution in different sectors. Now we are going to discuss the characteristics of Indian economy or the basic features of Indian economy. So the first point is the low per capita income. Per capita income refers to the income per head which is very lesser in the Indian economy and indicates that country is in underdevelopment. Second one is the excessive dependence on agriculture, which is good one and the important factor for the economic growth. But if we talk in Indian context, most of the population of Indian economy is dependent on agriculture, which is about 60%, but their contribution in GDP is very low. So it turn out to the leakages of Indian economy in terms of economic growth. Third point is the high rate of population growth, which means the greater density of population. A famous economist said that the maximum number of population does not mean maximum number of mouth to eat. It means maximum number of hand to work together. But in developing countries like India, due to lack of a skill, the high rate of population growth turns these countries into the underdeveloped economy. Our fourth point is unemployment and underemployment, which is caused due to lack of skill and the lack of economic activities and policy made by government and due to the excess of population. Our fifth point is inequality in the distribution of wealth. In the developing countries like India, the rich have high income and their wealth is higher, so they become rich and the poorer become poor. From many times, the government made different bills, introduced reservation and policies to fulfill the gap, but this is not work so, and India counted in the underdeveloped countries. Our sixth point is low level of technology. As we all know that technology has both aspect. It is good for the welfare and improve the standard of living if it is used efficiently, but if it is not used in well manner then it will dangerous and hurt someone. In India, the level of technology is very low due to lack of skill in the population, and the capital is very low and people don't want to spend it on the technology. Our seventh point is lack of infrastructure. This is the point which determines the whether a country is developed or underdeveloped. And our country in India, the infrastructure is very poor. Our next point is poor quality of human capital. All above seventh point is related to the poor quality of human capital, and this is the major problem in an underdeveloped countries, that people can't expand themselves, therefore they are poor in wealth generation. They are not able to work in their skill advancement. So all the characteristics of Indian economy that is discussed are interrelated and dependent on each other. So we can say that our Indian economy has a mixed type of economy, and it is counted in the underdeveloped or developing countries. Thanks for watching the video. If this video is helpful for you, then like the video, subscribe the channel for more video like this, and press the bell icon. Share the videos to your friends, family members, and those who really need this type of video.